out again.
I think my thoughts are more just on getting used to the new normal, knowing that what we're going into may end up being better than it was before, but it's going to be different.
That's
And
right.
just being able to be open and accepting to any of the differences that come along and be flexible to that.
Right.
And understand that, I'm going to need to change just like our customers, just like our company has had to change. And it's not a bad thing,
You're absolutely correct, Marcy. And I think what you're making reference to, or one of the things that you might be making reference to, is the fact that while many of our offices are in countries where we could have returned back to the office, we've chosen not to because we want to be just extra safe. And so everyone is continuing to work remotely. And you're right, that actually takes some getting used to, right? And some of the challenges that we've seen in our company is that when your office is at home, you literally end up working 24/7 because your laptop's always there, right? And you're always walking by it, just checking, right? So you're right, there's quite a bit that will take some getting used to. And so for some of the people though, like in our warehouses and whatnot that do go into the office, we know that like the new normal for us is we get our temperature checked and screened. We do a check-in when we come in. We have hand sanitizer everywhere. So even if you're running to the restroom, when you come back, once again, you have to actually get your temperature checked and you do the hand sanitizer again. And we've done that across the globe. But I think one of the things that we're really quite sensitive to is the fact that in the US, I think there's a another surge or another wave, if you will, of COVID. And then in Melbourne, where we have an office as well, they've been locked down since then. Can you imagine? They've been in lockdown mode since then, okay? And so, so yes, anyway, this is kind of our way of saying we're going to continue to work from home and we're going to be safe, but you're right. There's a lot of transition that's going to be required there. Okay. Anybody else? What's your state of mind?
Well, I think to expand upon that, even though it is going to be a strange transition to be officing out of the home, the positive thing about that is what it's done for the environment.
Right?
There is so much less commuting. There is, I mean, like I think it was back even in April, like just 1 month in Venice, sea life started coming back into the canals just because there wasn't 2 million tourists in all the boats. I mean, so just an environmental impact of working from home, I think is pretty fantastic. And
absolutely,
something for me personally that I've been able to enjoy or been enjoying is working on my physical health and my mental health as well. I've started to take up meditation.
Wow.
I've been exercising more. Because you kind of are cooped up all day and all night in the same place. It makes me at least get out into nature more.
That's right.
And I've always liked nature, but I'm appreciating it more and more the more this pandemic has gone on, and I'm really becoming a lover of the outdoors. And
right.
I think things like that have been pretty fantastic, all things considered.
Right. Of course, that's the silver lining, absolutely. And I think people, at least I've seen this in Singapore and across Asia, is people are getting out more and, like, if nothing else, walking and being in nature, which is great, like you've said. And bravo on meditating. I tried meditating so many times, just to not take. I can't.
It's a slow process. I try. I'm no Zen master, that's for sure, but I can at least sit still for like 10 or 15 minutes and just kind of try and let my mind kind of do its thing.
Bravo. Okay, anybody else? What's your state of mind as we get to the end of the year? For some people, it could be like, hey, I'm just enjoying my pumpkin spice latte and I can't wait for Thanksgiving and I'm excited for, Christmas, because everybody enjoys the festive holiday season. But just, other than that, like, what is it as we, professionally speaking, like, what are your thoughts as we near the end?
So for me, I definitely don't get to sit still because, I have a 2-year-old. But I definitely think the best thing to come out of this and to come out of 2020 is being forced to stop and appreciate the little things, stop and smell the roses. And so, you know, what I've been trying to be more mindful of is trying to think of something that I'm grateful for every day, even if it's just the fact that I got my kid in bed on time.
That's right.
Or I met a deadline, or, you know, I woke up and was able to go get my pumpkin spice latte.
There you go.
So, you know, just being appreciative of all of that.
That's right.
You know, and taking that positive energy into 2021 and knowing that we still have so much that we can contribute and we can still push out a lot of valuable content.
Yes.
And tell the stories of all of these great FEC owners and operators that are surviving and thriving through this pandemic. So we can, you know, educate, inspire, and bring some levity to the industry.
That's right.
Through the stories of our customers. I think that's, you know, I'm looking forward to 2021.
Absolutely. So am I. And I love the content that you have generated, Britt. It is just really cool. It's just gotten better and better and better. So I'm certainly one that am really excited to see what happens in 2021. Hannah, what are your thoughts, aside from like being relieved to get some cooler weather in Dubai, where it just gets really hot in the summer? What is your state of mind as you're near the end of the year?
Well, yes, I think there's so many to be thankful for. Our company is thriving,
Right.
and also our team and all of us, our families, are keeping safe and well and away from COVID. I think that's a big thing to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
And I'm really enjoying the weather here in Dubai, and we get to plan more weekends together outside as a family. So that's an opportunity, whereas before we take this weekends for granted, I think. Yeah. And also I just look forward to the new year and the new opportunities for us to innovate more.
That's right.
And drive and illuminate the business of fun.
That's right. Absolutely. Miss Kat, as we near the end of the year, aside from being completely fried, because it was a tough year, how are you feeling? What's your state of mind? Excited for the future?
Yes, I guess, but I think if there's anything to kind of thank 2024 is the fact that I've learned that it's okay to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's right.
I think, you know, this whole stay home lockdown period, it's like if you didn't like to exercise, now you get to go do your walks, right? I don't like baking, but I still did some I tried, failed, but it turned out it's still edible, right? So you get to do things, you know. Never really tried to do our Embed Live series, right? We never really thought of doing webinars, but then we turned around during the 6 weeks innovation. And I think for me personally, the family kind of got closer together.
Right.
So the husband travels a lot. So the fact that he can travel anywhere, the kids have more of him now. We check out back doors in our own backyard a bit more now because you can't travel anywhere. You really visit other parts of Singapore that you never realized, oh, they actually existed. And yeah, basically just having a little bit more quality time, breakfast with mom. I get to pick up kids now from school. So in between this, that's a little that's what I've been thanking for 2020.
That's excellent. I think I'm actually super grateful to the lessons that we learned in 2020. They were hard earned. I think the year itself pushed and pulled us and stretched us in ways that we never imagined possible. And what's lovely is that in many ways we learned what we're made of, not only individually, collectively, but I think also as an industry. And so it was a tough time, but worth it. And I think that there's so many silver linings coming out of this in terms of, you know, the people that we've become and our company itself and how it's evolved, that, you know, we have nothing but good news and reasons to be grateful and thankful